Sean Hannity was attempting to defend Donald Trump and the multiple investigations that he has faced. And of course, they love to attack Joe Biden while doing it, attack Joe Biden and the Democrats for allegedly engaging in politically motivated investigations, even though many of the investigations that Trump faced happened prior to him even running for president. In the next video that you watch, though, you see Sean Hannity doing us a favor by listing all of the investigations that Trump faced while he was in office. And let's take a look at it. We'll break it down.
The Emoluments Clause investigation from the House Oversight Committee, a House Ways and Means investigation into Trump's taxes, another House investigation into Trump's hotel lease, another House investigation into foreign gift disclosures, a D.C. probe into Trump's inauguration fundraising, another similar investigation from the Southern District of New York and the Eastern District of New York and from New Jersey's Attorney General, one impeachment investigation into a regular phone call with Ukraine, a second impeachment investigation into January 6th.
And let me just note that the investigations and rulings pertaining to Trump and his bad behavior were not listed there, including the fact that he defrauded students with Trump University and was ordered to pay a multi-million-dollar fine, tens of millions of dollars, in fact, to the defrauded students. The list goes on and on. But I just thank you, Sean, for helping us remember all of the investigations that were conducted against Donald Trump because there was reason to believe that he engaged in criminal activity, criminal behavior. Now, I'm sure the point is, well, I mean, a lot of these investigations didn't turn into much, right? Yeah, I mean, especially with the impeachments, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how much evidence was presented. His lackeys in the Senate were never going to convict him, regardless of how clear the evidence was. And I think we see that playing out when it comes to the investigation into how he mishandled top secret and classified documents.
Yeah. So, Anna, didn't this remind you were saying this morning of the time that Sean Hannity put up, oh, look at all these progressive priorities, free health care for everyone, higher wages. Isn't it disgusting? And everybody's like, wait, that actually sounds pretty good.
No, Hannity loves to take the L's, right? It's like, look at all these wonderful policies that would materially improve your life. Yeah, you're right. Free education, student loan debt forgiveness, Medicare for all, single payer healthcare, like all of that stuff polls really, really well. But it goes back to the point that you make often, Cenk, which is the media is entirely disconnected from the reality of what Americans want. And that includes Americans across the board. I think that's part of the reason why Republican candidates were kind of blindsided by the backlash that they received after Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court. They genuinely thought, like, no, this is perfect. I mean, this is all we do. We engage in the culture war, right? So all we need to do is keep engaging in the culture war, and that's how we win elections. Oops, but it turns out that people don't want to have rights stripped away from them. And so if you're a politician that's only paying attention to corporate media, whether it be right-wing corporate media or just run-of-the-mill corporate media like MSNBC and CNN, you're going to be disconnected from what the reality is on the ground in your district or in your state.
Yeah. So, look, two more quick things about this. So, Hannity's main excuse for Trump is, look at all these lists of crimes. But remember, for half of them, we let him off. Us Republicans did. So we wouldn't let him get convicted after overwhelming evidence of impeachment presented during impeachment. I'm not sure that that's the win you think it is. That just means you're the getaway driver in his crimes. But also partly Democratic incompetence. And this is why we worry about Democratic incompetence. Because, look, we told you, if this guy commits dozens of crimes and you don't put him away, you're giving a giant green light to the Republicans. Break as many laws as you like. And by the way, later they'll brag like Hannity is. Ha ha, look at all these laws we get to break, right? And he's kind of rubbing it in their face. And that's because Democrats barely laid a glove on the guy. And prosecutors have been, wetting their pants, worried, oh my God, it's a former president. It's Trump. What are we? Dude, you convicted his co-conspirator, Michael Cohen, on one of these crimes. Just look, Why does he get to commit 30 crimes? It's insane. And brag about it on Fox News. Co-conspirator went to jail. Why wasn't he tried? And it's because the Manhattan DA is a giant coward. But a lot of these prosecutors are cowards and elitists, by the way. You break those same laws as Trump did, you will be in massive trouble. If you stole national security secrets and brought top secret documents to your basement, you would be in jail for so long. You might never get out. But they just keep letting him get away with everything. But one last thing. Why? Why do Republicans want a con man? I mean, the guy's been a criminal his whole life. We've told you dozens of laws he broke well before he became president. All of the undocumented immigrants he hired and all the insurance fraud and the tax fraud. And the list goes on and on and on, right? So Republican voters, a lot of them don't know that because they watch Fox News, except Sean Hannity just let them know it. But a lot of them do know it. Why don't they mind? I would mind. If Bernie Sanders had broken like 48 laws, I'd be like, why don't we just pick another progressive that's as progressive he has, but not a lifelong criminal? Like, why is that hard? Why is that an issue? And it's because they want a con man. If your position was oppressing others is freedom, well, you don't want someone telling the truth because it ain't freedom, right? You want someone telling you pretty little lies. And if you want someone telling you little big lies, then Trump's the perfect guy. And that's why Republican voters picked him.